A parallel plate capacitor consists of two plates, each are area 5 into 10 power minus 4. They are separated from some distance here, and the dielectric of relative permittivity, they given the value as 6. We need to calculate the charge of the capacitor. Okay. Now taking two parallel plate capacitor. This plate consists of positive charge and this plate consists of negative charge. And this parallel plate capacitor, it is separated by some distance. D is equal to 1.5 into 10 power minus 3 meter. And the area of cross section of two parallel plate capacitor, area they given as 5 into 10 power minus 4 meter square. And the given value, dielectric of relative permittivity is 6. What is meant by dielectric of relative permittivity? It is nothing but dielectric constant. So they given the value of dielectric constant as 6. We are representing the dielectric constant symbol as K. K is equal to 6. These are the given values. Our aim is to calculate the charge of the capacitor when it is connected to 100 volt. So charge stored in the capacitor is directly proportional to the V. V is the potential difference present between the two parallel plates. Now this can be written as Q is equal to CV. C is here capacitance of the capacitor. Capacitance of the capacitor. Now we want to calculate the capacitance of the capacitor. So C is equal to epsilon A divided by D. What is meant by epsilon here? Epsilon is nothing but that is an absolute permittivity. We will calculate from the dielectric constant. K is the dielectric constant. So K is equal to epsilon divided by epsilon naught. Epsilon is the absolute permittivity and epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space. Okay, K is the dielectric constant. Now you substitute in this equation, that is epsilon is equal to K epsilon naught. Substitute here. This can be written as now K epsilon naught A divided by D. Okay, put this one as equation number 1. And this is equation number 2. Now you substitute equation 2 in equation 1. Our aim is to calculate the charge of the capacitor stored in the two parallel plate capacitor. Now Q is equal to C value K epsilon naught A divided by D into V. Okay. So Q is equal to K, they given the value of K as 6. Dielectric constant as 6, and epsilon naught you must keep in your mind the constant value is 8.85 into 10 power minus 12. Area of cross section, the given value is 5 into 10 power minus 4, and the voltage applied here is 100 volt. V is 100 divided by D. D here it is separated by some distance of 1.5 into 10 power minus 3 meter. Okay. So on substituting these values, we will get the answer 1.77 into 10 power minus 9 coulomb. So this is the charge stored in the capacitor. So option number 2 is the correct one. Magnetic field strength of a paramagnetic material is 10 power 4 ampere per meter. At room temperature, its susceptibility is 3.7 into 10 power minus 3. Calculate the magnetization of the material. So we need to calculate the magnetization of the material. Magnetization of the material is nothing but intensity of magnetization, or else we can say as intensity of magnetization. Now we know the formula for the intensity of magnetization. I am representing the intensity of magnetization or magnetization of a material I is equal to chi into H. H is nothing but that is a magnetic field strength of a paramagnetic material. So here chi, what is meant by chi? Chi is the susceptibility. Okay, chi is nothing but if I am taking a paramagnetic material here. So if I am applying a magnetic field to a paramagnetic material here, how easily the material absorbs the magnetic field, that is chi. Here it is a paramagnetic material. Paramagnetic material, it can absorb the magnetic field. So we will get the chi value as a positive value and it is small. If you are taking a diamagnetic material, this is a diamagnetic material. Diamagnetic material example is gold. So if you are taking a gold and applying a magnetic field to a diamagnetic material, gold means it won't accept the magnetic lines of force. So it is very hard to absorb the magnetic lines of force. So that is chi. Chi is nothing but how easily the magnetic material is absorbed by the material. So that is chi here. So chi is, they given the value of chi, given what is the given value? Given value chi is equal to 3.7 into 10 power minus 3, and H value, magnetic field strength, H is equal to 10 power 4 ampere per meter. Okay, intensity of magnetization, applying a magnetic field, the magnetic field is absorbed by the material. How much it is absorbed by the material we will see, that is the intensity of magnetization or magnetization of a material. Now this can be written as I is equal to chi value they given as 3.7 into 10 power minus 3 and H value is 10 power 4 and I is equal to here 3.7 into 10 power 1 and I is equal to 37 ampere per meter. So the intensity of magnetization or magnetization of a material is 37 ampere meter. So the option 1 is the correct one, 37 ampere per meter. Find the radius of copper nucleus in Fermi. We know size of an atom, size of the nucleus, is directly proportional to the atomic mass number. When the size of the nucleus increases, the atomic mass number is also increases. So the size of the nucleus is, it is in spherical in shape. Okay. So volume of sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube is directly proportional to A. This is a constant value, I am omitting this one, and R cube is directly proportional to A here. Okay. So R is directly proportional to A power 1 by 3 and R is equal to some constant value R naught A power 1 by 3. R naught is the constant and we are representing the number for R naught as 1.2 into 10 power minus 15 meter. 10 power minus 15 is nothing but Fermi meter. Okay. Now you substitute in this formula, they given value of mass of copper nucleus is, what is the mass they given? 64. Okay. So they given the atomic mass number is 64, A is 64 and R naught value is 1.2 Fermi meter. Now you substitute this, you will get the radius of the nucleus. So R is equal to, R naught is 1.2 into 10 power minus 15 into here A power, A is nothing but 64 the whole power 1 by 2. Now this can be written as R is equal to 1.2 into 10 power minus 15 into this 64 can be written as 4 into 4 into 4 1 by 3 and R is equal to 1.2 into 10 power minus 15 into 4 cube the whole power 1 by 3. 1 by 3, this 3 could cancel. Now R is equal to, this is 10 power minus 15. Now R is equal to, if you are multiplying this one, you will get 4.8 into 10 power minus 15. 10 power minus 15. Okay. And meter. Now here R is 4.8. This is represented in Fermi only. So the option 1 is the correct one.
Among the following compounds, which one is not comes under greenhouse gases? First, we have to know what are all greenhouse gases. The greenhouse gases are methane, chlorofluorocarbon, ozone, water vapor, and nitrous oxide. Here methane is present, nitric oxide, this is not a nitric oxide, nitrous oxide only comes under greenhouse gases. So this is wrong one. Then carbon dioxide is also present. So the answer is option 2. Photochemical smog occurs in warm, dry and sunny climate. Among the following sets, which one having a photochemical smog components? First, we have to know what are all photochemical components. The photochemical components are unsaturated hydrocarbon, 2 nitric oxide, and third one is ozone. These three comes under photochemical smog. Here in the option 1, nitric oxide which is correct, ozone also correct, and sulfur dioxide. It is not a photochemical smog component, it comes under classical smog. And unsaturated hydrocarbon, it also comes under photochemical smog. So the option 1 is wrong. Then in option 2, here also sulfur dioxide present, so this is also wrong. In option 3, here nitric oxide is present, here they are giving oxygen. Oxygen is not present photochemical smog, so this also is wrong. And fourth option is nitric oxide, which is correct. Ozone, it also comes under photochemical smog, and unsaturated hydrocarbon. So the option 4 is correct. Consider the graph which is given below. The curves A, B and C are the variation of pressure at the temperatures T1, T2 and T3. Arrange the temperature in the correct order. Here the curve A, B, C, it is the variation of pressure at temperatures T1, T2, T3. Here we fix the volume. If we fix the volume and mark the pressure, it is P3, and mark it is P2, and this point it is P1. We know that ideal gas equation P equal to nRT by B. Here we fix the volume. If we fix the volume, the pressure is directly proportional to temperature. If we increase the pressure, the temperature also increases. If we decrease the pressure, the temperature also decreases. Here the order of pressure is P1 greater than P2 greater than P3. So the temperature also T1 greater than T2 greater than T3. So the answer is 1. T1 T2, T3.
Which of the following helps in growth and root hair formation in a plant? So the options given are auxin, ethylene, gibberellic acid and abscisic acid. To find out which hormone helps in root hair formation, we should know about the function of each of these hormones. Auxin helps in root formation as well as growth of the plant. Coming to gibberellic acid, they help in increasing the axis length and they delay the senescence. And abscisic acid plays a major role in increasing the dormancy of seeds as well as they help in stress tolerance. And ethylene, as we know, they play a major role in fruit ripening as well as helps in sprouting and root hair formation. So here the question asked is which hormone helps in root hair formation and growth. So the answer would be auxin and ethylene. Option 1. Assertion is crossing over comes under enzyme mediated process, and the reason they have given is lyase enzyme mediates crossing over process. So first we should know what is crossing over. Crossing over happens between two non-sister homologous pair of chromosome, and this takes place in the F18 stage. And what happens here is the two non-sister chromatids come together and recombination of genetic material happens. So for making a cut, here a cut happens and part of one chromosome gets exchanged with another chromosome. How this happens? There occurs a nick between two chromosomes, and that nick is caused by endonuclease. In genetic engineering, we have studied about restriction enzymes, isn't it? They initiate cut. So the same way here nicks are introduced by endonuclease, and the annealing process, that is rejoining with the chromosome, happens with the help of enzyme called ligase. So in reason they have given that lyase enzyme helps. So the reason is wrong, and the answer would be assertion is true but reason is false. The checkpoint that gets activated when DNA replication fork is stalled. So we know in cell cycle we have 3 checkpoints, right? And when the replication process is stopped, which checkpoint will get activated predominantly? It will be G2 and M. So if there is any unreplicated or damaged DNA, this checkpoint will ensure the change. So the answer would be G2 or M checkpoint. Clear?
Find the odd one out. The options given are seed bank, gene bank, national park and zoological park. And these are some methods of biodiversity conservation methodologies Usually there are 2 methods. One is in situ method and another one is ex situ method. In this in situ method, the organisms are conserved in their own habitat. For example, national park, wildlife sanctuaries and biosphere reserves. In ex situ conservation, the organisms are conserved outside their habitat For example, botanical garden,
and zoological park, etc.
So in this given option, this seed banks comes under the ex-situ conservation and the gene bank also comes under ex-situ conservation, and this national park is a in-situ conservation and this zoological park is a ex-situ conservation. Now the correct answer is the national park, which is an in-situ conservation. Match the following. First they have given some of the respiratory volumes. We need to match it with their correct respiratory capacities. And the options given are tidal volume, inspiratory reserve volume, expiratory reserve volume and residual volume. First, the tidal volume means the volume of air inspired or expired during the normal respiration. The value of the tidal volume is approximately about 500 to 550 ml. And next they are given inspiratory reserve volume. Inspiratory reserve volume means it is the additional volume of air a person can inspire by the forceful inspiration. So the volume of inspiratory reserve volume is 2500 to 3000 ml. So expiratory reserve volume, it is the additional volume of air a person can expire by the forceful expiration. So expiratory reserve volume is equal to 1000 to 1100 ml. And finally the residual volume. Residual volume means it is the volume of air remaining in the lungs even after the forceful expiration. So the capacity level of residual volume is 1100 to 1200 ml. So now we will match the options. For the tidal volume, the value is 500 to 550 ml, and for inspiratory reserve volume is 2500 to 3000 ml, and for expiratory reserve volume is 1000 to 1100 ml, and for residual volume is 1100 to 2000 ml. So the correct answer is option 2. Which of the following ecological primate is always upright? And the options given are the pyramid of number, pyramid of biomass, pyramid of energy and none of the above. Usually there are 3 types of ecological primate, and in this the pyramid of energy is always upright. That is, it never be inverted. So this is the diagram of ecological primate. In this ecological primate, usually we represent each of the tropic level, and the lower level is the first tropic level, and here is second, and this one is third tropic level, and this is fourth tropic level. Usually in the lowest tropic level, the primary produces, and the producers occupies the lowest tropical level, and second one primary consumers, secondary consumers and the tertiary consumers occupy. In the pyramid of energy, the energy from one tropic level to another tropic level it get moved, and each of the tropic level only 10% of energy move, and another 90% of energy is lost in the form of heat. It is called as 10% rule. For example, if we have 10,000 joule of energy in the first tropic level, when it moves to the second tropic level, we possess only 1000 joule. From 1000 joule, we move to 100 joule, and in final tropic level, we have only 10 joule. So, in the pyramid of energy, which is always upright and it is not inverted. So the correct answer is option C.